Happy Monday. We are just a couple minutes past the official sunrise this morning here in the capital city. You notice not very bright outside, but that's not because of smoke, but because of cloud cover. We've got some rain moving through the state this morning. We're starting off at a cool 50 degrees in the capital city. You can see that rain on the road.
Still cold out here. It's been a cold day all day, but now that the sun has gone down, the temperature has started to drop again. We're sitting at about 2 below zero right now, and that's just the air temperature. That's not even the wind chill factored in. And that is kind of a concern for overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. So the best thing you can do is layer up. I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants. I'm wearing some good winter boots and socks. I'm wearing 3 jackets plus 2 pair of gloves, and I'm still cold.
The radar shoots a straight beam over the curved surface of the Earth. So as distance increases from the radar, so does the curvature of the Earth. Now this presents problems even in places where the terrain is flat. But in Montana, we also have the unique problem of having a rugged terrain. So when radar runs into things such as mountains, that also creates problems. On the radar, it didn't really show up. So if you were checking the radar, looking outside, kind of wondering what was going on, just sometimes in Montana with the terrain, the radar doesn't really tell the whole story here. So it looks like there's a little bit of snow up near Glasgow at the moment, but for the most part, any snow that's falling is light enough that it's not being caught on the radar.
Genuine Montana January winter weather, and it sounds like it's almost here.
I feel like we've all been bracing it and just waiting and waiting and waiting, but yes, we're finally going to get some snowfall later this week. We have lots of snowfall coming our way. For the most part, we are pretty calm and quiet in Montana for today. The wind is going to be kind of an issue because the chilly temperatures paired with that wind make it feel extra cold. The wind chill is going to be pretty chilly for today, but we aren't really looking at much in terms of snowfall, at least for today. Now, overnight tonight is when that's going to change. You can see this little bit of snow to our north. This is late tonight into early tomorrow morning. That is when that snow is going to move into Montana along with some colder temperatures. So this cold front is going to make things much chillier for tomorrow, even colder than today. And this snowfall, that is going to be just in time for the morning commute tomorrow. So maybe a little bit of slipperiness on the roads tomorrow morning, but by Wednesday afternoon, that will be out of here. Now the wind is still going to be pretty strong through tomorrow as well. It's going to be a windy couple of days here in Montana.
These last few hours here of this Friday, because we've got some serious winter weather to talk about.
We really do. Today is actually the last day of meteorological fall, so I've gotten all my fall activities done this week because tomorrow is the first day of meteorological winter. I know the winter solstice is still a couple of weeks away, but winter weather is coming this weekend. We have the high pressure that really dominated our weather last week. There's a ridge over our area right now, but that's going to start breaking down tomorrow and into Wednesday. So that will kind of make way for a more unsettled weather pattern. So we have this kind of patchy snow in the mountains, really sticking to the divide and west of the divide, but there is a chance of snow for tomorrow afternoon and evening, also Wednesday, but you can see it's really unsettled. It's not really a quick moving system, a well-defined system that's moving through here.
They're pretty calm out there, actually.
They are, yes. Today's going to be kind of our most interesting day because there's still a little bit of snow west of the divide, but after today we have this high pressure moving in, which is going to result in some calm weather for us, but inversions in the valley. So you can see through the beginning of next week, some haziness developing. You'll probably notice a little bit of that as we head into the end of the weekend, beginning of next week, but Great Falls is going to be nice and warm. No inversions on the plains, but it is going to be chillier in the valleys than on the plains. Cold air with it. 3 degrees right now in the capital city, but fortunately winds are calm, so there's no extra wind chill really making it feel extra cold outside, but Great Falls is a much different story. 12 degrees right now in the Electric City, but with that wind out of the south, feels like 3 degrees below zero, and that's kind of the case for north central Montana. Here we are in the clear in terms of watches and warnings. Now while our fire danger will be increasing as the day goes on, we'll be keeping an eye on that, but that's really going to get the highest in the late afternoon hours. That has now been upgraded to a fire weather warning, also known as a red flag warning, for this afternoon through the evening hours until midnight tonight, because we have a little disturbance coming through, and that's going to increase our fire danger potential. So you can see some of this moisture that's starting to move into Idaho and just west of us, and that's the disturbance that's going to hopefully help clear out some of the smoke in our air, but also increase our fire danger. So it's a good and a bad with this low that's coming our way. You can see it out on the Pacific, starting to make its way into Oregon, Washington, elevation, and we'll be moving into Idaho here pretty soon, but we're going to see those changes in Montana coming this afternoon and evening, mainly between the hours of 4 and 8 p.m. We are off to a wet start today. There's some storms moving through north central Montana. Lewistown getting some rain this morning. You can see some moisture on the roads there, and you can just barely make out the mountains in the distance. In the capital, different story. You can't really see anything. It's mild temperatures today, 53 degrees in the Electric City starting off this morning. And in the capital city, we're starting off at 60 degrees. And yesterday was a gorgeous day. Today, we are going to have some pretty similar weather. You can see on the radar, not really much going on. A few showers moving through parts of central Montana and off to the southeast. Those storms are moving off into the Dakotas and Minnesota. They're getting some strong storms in Minnesota this morning. Not much in the way of rainfall in Montana this morning. We are going to stay pretty clear for the rest of today and the rest of the work week. The weekend, things are going to change. The difference between those two temperatures is because the valley is still inverted. So up on McDonald Pass, for example, it's much warmer than it is in the valley. And in some of the valleys in southwestern Montana, the situation is similar with the low air quality and the lower temperatures. We're not going to be seeing anything like that because of this high pressure that is situated over Montana. So through the weekend, that's going to continue, kind of strengthening today and tomorrow and sticking around through Sunday. So we're going to see warmer temperatures on the plains and in the higher elevations, colder temperatures in the valleys because that high pressure just traps that cold air. Besides the wind, we're going to have some pretty quiet weather. So that snow is going to stay west of the divide for today. So no snowfall expected for north central Montana. A couple of the passes along the divide could see a little bit of snow, like Rogers Pass, Mariah's Pass, definitely going to get some snow. But for north central Montana, for the capital city, we're going to stay nice and clear here through the end of the work week and the beginning of the weekend. So you can see all of this rain and snow staying off to our northwest and out of our hair, at least for now. The next chance of precip is coming here for the end of the weekend for Sunday into the beginning of next week. So you can see all of this snowfall moving in and moving its way towards Montana for Sunday afternoon and evening into the beginning of next week.